This is News Hour on Ifako Radio. Good morning. I am Esther. The headlines: 32 governors storms Abuja for APC convention. CBN blacklists top loan defaulters. Blackouts cost Nigeria 40 trillion naira yearly. Sports: Osimhen may wear armed protective gear. Entertainment: I'm mentally stressed after Kunle Remi laments full price hike. The news in full. 32 governors storms Abuja for APC convention. The All Progressive Congress is set to hold a national convention in Abuja on Friday, today, and Saturday, drawing massive attendance and prompting heightened security measures. As part of logistical arrangements for the event, the federal government has directed civil servants in the federal secretariat to work from home today. A total of 32 state governors and 8,450 delegates have converged on the national capital for the APC National Convention, which is expected to be a significant gathering of party stakeholders. The event at the Eagle Square is anticipated to deliberate on key party matters and shape strategies ahead of future political activities. The co-chairman of the media subcommittee for the convention and Minister for Information for the convention, Mohammed Idris, reviewed this during the APC World Media Briefing held at Transcorp Hilton, Abuja on Thursday. Idris explained that the convention theme, Unity in Progress, Consolidation, the Renewed Hope agenda, Scusinity captures the party's identity, its journey so far, and future direction. He stated, the convention hopes to bring together delegates from across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory for a policy engagement, leadership elections, and a formal transitions to a new set of party executives, presenting both decision-making platforms and also a moment of reflection, solidation, and direction setting for the next phase of our journey. We're expecting a total of 8,453 delegates. These are the delegates that we're expecting to come from across the 36 states of the Federation to Abuja. CBN blacklists top loan defaulters. The Central Bank of Nigeria has officially restricted banking services for chronic defaulters and large ticket obligors with non-performing loans. In a sweeping move to enforce credit discipline and safeguard the nation's financial system, the Apex Bank issued a policy statement on Wednesday following remarks by CBN. Governor Olayemi Cardoso at the 4th Annual IMF AFRITAC West 2 High-Level Executive Forum in Abuja The governor made it clear that the era of regulatory forbearance for delinquent borrowers is over. He emphasized that the bank is shifting towards a more aggressive stance on corporate governance to ensure that the 4.61 trillion naira in new capital recently attracted by the banking sector is protected from systemic abuse. Our stance on corporate governance is unequivocal. Zero tolerance for violations. By ending years of regulatory forbearance, we have reinforced accountability, tightened supervision, and elevated compliance standards across the sector, the governor stated. According to CBN, the move is designed to instill a culture of repayment that has historically been lacking among high-profile borrowers by cutting off access to instruments such as letters of credit and performance bond. The regulator aims to prevent credit jumping, a practical where defaulters migrate between banks to accumulate more debt. By curbing access to banking services for chronic defaulters, we're reinforcing the culture of repayment, protecting depositors, and safeguarding the stability of the financial system, the Apex Bank added. Blackouts cost Nigeria 40 trillion naira yearly. Nigeria loses about 40 trillion naira annually to poor electricity supply. The Nigerian Independent System Operator, an agency of the federal government, has said, warning that unreliable power remains one of the biggest constraints to economic growth, industrial productivity, and job creation in the country. The system operator noted that persistent outages continue to impose high costs on businesses and households, many of which are forced to generate their own electricity. According to the organization, reliable electricity remains one of Nigeria's most important economic priorities, stressing the power outage cost Nigeria up to $29 billion annually. Converted at the prevailing exchange rate of $1,385 to a dollar, this translates to roughly 40.1 trillion naira in yearly losses to the economy. The operator added that the burden extends across all sectors, stating that businesses, manufacturers, and households spend billions each year generating their own electricity. Reliable electricity is one of Nigeria's most important economic priorities. Power outage costs Nigeria about $29 billion annually. It emphasized that a stable power supply would unlock economic opportunities, noting that a stable national grid unlocks economic growth, industrial productivity, and job creation. Despite the huge demand, the organization said Nigeria generates significantly more electricity than is ultimately delivering to consumers due to structural bottleneck across the value chain. It discloses that Nigeria generates approximately 45,000 to 50,000 megawatts of electricity daily, but the grid only takes 5,000 megawatts, which is about 10% of the total generation. The female drug convict collapsed in court after sentencing. The 34-year-old female drug convict, Tope Anyowale, on Tuesday collapsed in court shortly after she was sentenced to 3 years imprisonment with an action of a 10 million naira fine by Federal High Court sitting in Benin, Edo State. Anyowale was arraigned before the court, presided over by Justice B. Quadri on charge number FHC B21C 2026. She reportedly slumped moments after the sentence was pronounced and she was promptly attended to, being stabilized. She has since been taken into custody to begin serving her sentence. The court found her guilty of unlawful possession of 1.272 kilograms of cannabis, sativa, 2.1 grams of methamphetamine, and 117 grams of tramadol. In related development, two other drug traffickers, Etinosa Bazuwai, 43, and Godfrey Oswab Woinhe, 34, were on March 5, 25 sentenced to 15 years imprisonment each. Bazuwai, who was charged with unlawful possession of 13 grams of cocaine, was given the option of a 6 million naira fine, while Oswab Oswald, prosecuted for persecution of 15 kilograms of cannabis, was handed an option of a fine of 3 million naira fine. The convictions were secured by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and the Federation High Court in Benin City. The new Lagos CP targets cultism, violent crime. Newly appointed Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Tijani Fatai, has pledged to crack down on cultism and other violent crimes as part of efforts to strengthen security across the state. Fatai made the commitment on Thursday during his inaugural address as the 42nd Commissioner of Police of the Lagos State Police Command. He said the command would deploy proactive intelligence-led strategies to tackle security challenges and ensure criminals have no hiding place. Our operational focus will include reducing crime to the barest minimum, tackling cultism and violent crime, strengthening stability policing, ensuring discipline on our roads, and restoring peace in identifying black spots across the state. Criminal elements will find no safe haven in Lagos, he said. Describing his opponents as a call to service, Fatai noted that Lagos' status as national Nigerian economic hub comes with complex security demands. A secure environment is fundamental to economic growth and public confidence. We prefer to confront these challenges head-on, he added. He warned officers against unprofessional conduct, stressing that discipline, integrity, and respect for human rights would be strictly enforced. The command has zero tolerance for police brutality and all forms of misconduct, he said. He urged residents to remain law-abiding and support security agencies with credible information, assuring both the Lagos State government and residents of its commitment to protecting lives in practice. Sports. Osimhen may wear arm protective gear. The Galatasaray striker Victor Osimhen will reportedly wear a new protective gear on his arm when he returns to action for the club after undergoing surgery for a fracture. The 27-year-old forward suffered a hand fracture following a collision with Liverpool's Ibrahima Konate during the UEFA Champions League round of 16 clash last week. Following the incident, Osimhen underwent surgery earlier this week, with his recovery projected to take about 6 weeks. While he is expected to return to pitch towards the end of the season, he may need to wear special protective gear on his arm. If Victor Osimhen's treatment process progresses as planned, he can wear the jersey with a specific protective splint if needed, Oscott was quoted. The striker already wears a protective mask on his eyes, which has become symbolic following a cheekbone surgery in 2021. This specialized device is designed to immobilize the forearm and wrist to support the bone during the healing process. It reduces pain and prevents further damage by restricting unnecessary movement, typically featuring adjustable straps for compression and breathable padding for comfort. Turkish media reports suggest the Super Eagles striker could return in time for the Istanbul derby against Fenerbahce on April 26 at the earliest, depending on the progress of his rehabilitation. If he returns later than expected, he will likely feature only in the final 2 league matches against Antalyaspor at home and Kampusa away. Entertainment. I'm mentally stressed, actor Kunle Remi laments full price hike. Nollywood actor Kunle Remi has joined the overall outcry over the rising cost of fuel on the national economic state, describing the decision to stay out of politics as the most stupid statement any Nigerian can make in the current climate. In a video posted on his Instagram page on Wednesday, the actor lamented by skyrocketing cost of petrol and the persistent lack of electricity, which he said has left him mentally stressed. He said, "I don't even know how to begin this conversation. I usually like things like this. I don't get involved in politics. I don't talk about politics. In fact, the country, the industry, a couple of things make you. They'll tell you don't discuss religion or politics or something, so you don't fall into the category where you say, I don't like to talk about politics. We should be inquiring about what is happening in our nation. There's nothing like sitting on the fence. Now, it doesn't make any sense. The actor also highlighted that he has a child, and so he's not only thinking of himself, but also for his family as a whole. Detailing his recent expenses, he revealed, today I bought a fuel petrol. I bought petrol for 1,300 naira and something thousand naira. We don't have lights. We've been running the generator back to back. I live on the island, so there is no special treatment. We've been running the generator. The actor expressed concerns for businesses struggling under the weight of expensive diesel and petrol, adding that his own staff are finding it difficult to commute to work as transport fares have swallowed up their salaries. So I can imagine diesel. Most of all, the malls and companies down the smallest barber shop run to petrol or diesel, he continued. The recap of the headlines. 32 governors storms Abuja for APC convention. CBN blacklist top loan defaulters. Blackouts cost Nigeria 40 trillion naira yearly. Sports. Osimhen may wear armed protective gear. Entertainment. I'm mentally stressed. Actor Kunle Remi laments for price hike. Follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, YouTube at Ifako Radio. On Instagram, Ifako_radio. For news reporting, contact us at ifakoradio@gmail.com or call or WhatsApp 091-2222-7433. Special thanks to our news producer. Thanks for watching. I am Nato Esther. Do have a productive Friday. God bless Ifako.